Hello. Well, I just finished another junk journal and I'd like to share it. This one has a lot of beautiful secondhand items incorporated into it, especially on the cover. I've used some linen dresser scarf for the base of the cover all the way around, front and back, and then this beautiful piece of dresser scarf, I guess, that has some embroidery and some crochet work and these beautiful, almost like a spoke of a wagon wheel on the front. I saved this. I found this at a secondhand store, but I saved it for something special, and I thought this journal was just the thing for that. This journal measures roughly 5.5 by 9, and it's got 2 signatures in it. I've added a tassel with some sheer fabric that I got at Joann Fabric Stores. It's got beautiful embroidered flowers and butterflies on it, and I wanted to find a way to incorporate that, so I added it to the tassel with some beads, and it's on a lobster clasp so it can be removed. And I found this really pretty charm that had the same repeating circle designs as here on the front, so I really liked that added here. I've also attached some additional lace to cover up the binding and used sari silk through eyelets here as a fastener. And let's take a look inside. The inside of the cover, I've stitched on some tapestry type fabric with these beautiful rose patterns on it. I've picked that piece of fabric up and got a lot of use out of it. It's just beautiful. So that's my inside cover, front and back, machine stitched all the way around. And this front signature starts out with this printed paper with some stamped butterflies, some layering here, a book page and a quotation, and some punched flowers. And over here I've stitched on a pocket and made this tag with a die cut butterfly on the top. There's lots of space for journaling in this, and you can add your own photographs or pictures from magazines or whatever you enjoy collecting and using when you journal. This is one of my paper designs. I did a collage one afternoon and liked the results. Used some paper napkin up here. This was a piece of vintage handkerchief, but I scanned the collage and have used it for paper in this journal. This is a piece of vellum reinforced with paper down the edge. Some more journaling space with machine stitched along here, and a garment pin with a bead dangle on it. This is one of my photographs of a hummingbird. A printed paper bag. I love the colors in this, the grays and the mauves. Just overlaid a printed image, a book page, some scrapbooking paper. Lots of space inside for tags. You can add your own. These are in there. This is a vintage greeting card cut down to size so it would fit in that pocket. Some stickers and a pocket stitched on, reinforced here, and has some lace added and a little bit of a bead charm here on a garment pin. There are some tags in this pocket, the word celebrate. I love these mason jar tags. And I made this envelope. I love this paper. A double-sided paper. This was a birthday card. I replaced the birthday word with believe in miracles. Plenty of space to journal in there, and then tuck it back in the envelope and back in the pocket. And this pretty tag is machine stitched with some coffee dyed paper on the back and a little piece of doily for trim. This pocket is eyelet sewn onto a piece of paper that is then sewn as a pocket onto the page. a vintage postcard. I love to collect those, and I like to share them as well. This is another one of my photos of an abandoned farmhouse. Added some special effects to it and layered it with some different scrapbook papers, machine stitched, and added some paper on the back, accounting paper. Did a little bit of stamping. The quotation, "Beauty is everywhere" at the top. And over here, a tuck spot, machine stitched of layered paper, and some journaling spot here, coffee dyed. Stamping along the inside edge. Another printed page. I don't remember whose kit this was that I purchased the digital download, but beautiful flowers and butterflies on this. And when I bound the signature here, I added these butterflies. And here to the top of the clip, another tag. You can journal on the back. The nice thing about these clips and the altered paper clips, you can move these items and customize the journal any way you wish. And stamping on the inside edge. I love this paper. It's a double-sided paper pad, and it had the butterflies running up the side. I put the word "believe," machine stitched some eyelash trim, and inside recycled some paper, several pages there. You can journal on that. And over here, recycled a piece of embroidered dresser scarf with some pretty blue crochet trim. It's machine stitched across the top. You can tuck anything you'd like up in here. I've added one of Vincent van Gogh's paintings. This was in a book with a poem about flowers. A tuck spot here. I've layered paper with some eyelet trim, and I love this tag, one of my favorite tags. I've layered this pretty image of a rose onto this paper with a little piece, a remnant piece of beautiful lace, and back that with coffee dyed paper, machine stitched all the way around. And this is a recycled greeting card. I've used muslin along the edge to hinge that to the back side of the paper bag you saw earlier. Added some stitches, some coffee dyed paper here, and in this pocket a couple tags. You could definitely journal on the back of those or use those for bookmarks. And over here, machine stitching just for some design and texture. This is one of my photos. I think that was in Chincoteague Island. Over here, machine stitched some lace along the edge of the paper. Just layered up some paper washi tape with butterflies on the vellum page. More stamping. This is the second half of that collage that I did with the flowers and the vintage handkerchief. And over here, a quotation, "Plant your feet firmly and let your heart have wings." One of my photos of a butterfly just layered with paper and lace and washi tape on coffee dyed paper. Another digi-kit. I'm not sure whose this was, but I love it. That's the end of the first signature. This is the beginning of the second signature. Another pocket stitched on, just layered up some lace and some sari silk. In here, 3 tags, a bird book page. That's it, Anita spit it out. A page from a book on birds, and machine stitched some paper to the back. Another journaling card, and another tag with some sari silk added at the top, and this pretty design element that hangs from the top. You could write on the back of that as well. Over here, some more reinforced paper. This pretty design, do not put off till tomorrow. It can be enjoyed today. Josh Billings. Turn this over. And again, this clip can be moved, but I've added this pretty yellow floral paper and stitched some paper in here for journaling, several pages, and the moths and butterflies stamped on there. Over here, some stenciling on coffee dyed paper. and a corner flip pocket. You can journal on here. This pretty tag that has a brad up here in the corner that allows this to move out of the way if you want to journal on here, with some stamping and another tag. This is actually drawer liner paper. I've taken 2 sheets of that and stitched that together all the way around to make a page, and out of this pretty piece of vintage handkerchief. Love that. Very, very delicate trim. Coffee dyed paper, flip out, stamping here and along the edge, and this little book. A vintage image, machine stitched, some more journaling space. Over here, this is one of my photos. This is the famous bird that I always try to include. Last summer, tried to get in my front door. Love that image. And another bird tag. This robin with the nest of eggs is printed on vellum and layered with paper and coffee dyed paper, and a little bit of trim there. You can write on the back of that. One of my images, a dogwood printed on the accounting sheet, a page from a book on butterflies, machine stitched to make a pocket, and the scrapbooking paper backed with coffee dyed paper and inked around the edges, machine stitched. Another one of my images with the butterfly. Life's most beautiful things are not seen with the eyes, but felt with the heart. And over here, another one of my photos. And again, at the center of the signature, I've added the butterfly die cuts. These are pages from a book on birds, and this is from a book on butterflies with a quotation and a narrative about friendship. And it's held in place by an altered paper clip, and I like the vine trim on this that hangs down in a little piece of lace. Got some lace machine stitched here, some stamping. The back side of that paper clip was holding this journaling tag. I like this page as well. Over here, this is a pretty green colored envelope that I stamped on, then added the doily, then added this picture that I took this at a garden tour a couple years ago. I just love this birdhouses. And this envelope, I've added some die cut butterflies to it, and inside the card that matched the envelope, and another pretty piece of paper for journaling. You can flip that out. Stitched some eyelash trim, another pocket stitched on, added some lace. This is the second half of that pretty drawer liner paper. Some tags that I made, a die cut butterfly, some stamping, a quote on the back. Whoever is happy will make others happy too. Anne Frank. Follow your art. You could color that in. And this is layered up paper, and fussy cut this image, added a stamp, Imagine. The second half of that paper with the rest of that doily with the pretty lace edge, stamping all around the edges, believe in miracles. Layered up some paper, a doily, a bird image here, and another altered paper clip that's holding an envelope that I stamped on. And there's the paper clip. There's the envelope, stamped front and back. And I love this image. This is a recycled greeting card, and I just love the colors on that. You can journal inside. Love this print. You could write across that or add your own photo to the page. More space for journaling. Photographed some vintage buttons that I had and made a page out of that. And there's the back of the journal, that pretty woven fabric. So there you have it. I absolutely love this journal, and I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.